Okay, we're playing a league with this 4-color pile that Stryfo has been doing well with on Magic Online. Just a pile with all the good cards, even playing Grove and Punishing Fire for the max greed. Obviously got Wrenn and Six to help fuel the mana base, which is very appealing. Maybe the greediest deck in the Legacy. Either this or Wrenn and Six Miracles. One of those two is the greediest deck in Legacy. This seems delightful. Also, all the good cards. Also Tyrant Scorn. I think you'll find Tyrant Scorn bounces Grizzle-Rand off the table. And then you still lose because they've drawn 7 cards. But you get to feel smart. Bounces Marit Lage is actually pretty nice. I forgot to change our basic land art. RIP. Yeah, bounces Marit Lage. Probably the more important interaction. Wow. How is there so much infect online? Weird timeline. Second infect player today. Right, let's find oh, it's the same infect player. That is plausible. That is certainly plausible. I guess I have to play quicker in this league. This deck seems glacial. Right. Personally, I would like to locate a Punishing Fire. I might just cycle this Brainstorm. Like, I'm using the Tyrant Scorn next turn and then the Leovold the turn afterwards. Maybe that's kind of nonsense. It's probably nonsense just to cycle this. If I find a Punishing Fire though, it's really nice. I'm tapping out next turn. Whatever. I hate doing these end of turn so much. I just have so much to do with my mana. The problem. And I really want to find another removal spell soon. And I have like a bunch of late game in hand, so it's not like I need the Brainstorm later. Oh wow, Thoughtseize is potentially quite nice. I got pretty forced into trying to kill this Glistener off though, so I'm probably just shuffling away the Thoughtseize, honestly. The other option is I shuffle away a Jace. Since I don't even have the mana for it anytime soon, and it's like pretty awkward against these Hierarchs. Seize plus Ponder next turn, yeah. The worst. Try and clear the way for this Tyrant Scorn. The thing is, I feel like this Tyrant Scorn's probably going to resolve. I guess making sure they don't have a Glistener Elf for later is pretty interesting. Alright. I'm gonna Thoughtseize, clear the way. The other thing is, though, they don't have a protection spell open at the moment. If I let them untap, they can have one open. Whatever, I'm just doing this. I'm just gonna cast the Tyrant Scorn whilst we can. The Thoughtseize isn't likely to go dead against them, because they're gonna have pump spells in hand. So I'm not worried about having to fire it off now before they empty their hand. I think I just want to get the Infector off the table. Doesn't mean we're gonna redraw the Jace, which is like pretty awkward, but Sure. It's like an argument for getting Underground Sea, I guess. They have like 2 cantrips in hand. My thinking was this way I can use Punishing Fire really efficiently if I find it. Green Suns for 1. I currently don't have an answer to another Infector, other than blocking with my Leovold. Kinda just want to counter this, buy myself a little bit of time. Switch is... I think I want the Leovold over a cantrip, because I got 2 cantrips. Maybe this is just... Aw, Lurch. Thank you for the 8 months. Really appreciate it. Means a lot to me. I'm just gonna get rid of the Leovold. They don't have that much card draw in the deck. That was shutting off with the Leovold even. Kinda want to be able to like cantrip into removal spells if I can. And we've got like a Jace on top of our deck for more late game. Not like I need the Leovold desperately for like its usefulness later in the game. Alright. Force is not the worst. I can Thoughtseize them. Clear the way. Fire off a Ponder. Hope that I don't die next turn. I shouldn't do because of the Force. Should be able to find some removal spells between both of these. Should go do the things, Vona. Doing the things sounds really smart. Brainstorm. Gross. Make my Thoughtseize look really embarrassing. Beating Vonas is an important responsibility. I agree. Agree with that assessment strongly. Ooh. These are some hack and magic cards. I wish I could just have all of these. So awkward. If I play Wrenn, it only gets to ping one thing and then dies. Let's get the Infector off the board though. Oh, you can no longer undo on cantrips. That's interesting. I did not realize that. Beforehand, you used to be able to control Z on your choices on Ponders, right? The Noble Hierarch, yep. It's a lot of Noble Hierarchs. I can get this Glistener Elf off the board. Hierarchs aren't exactly the greatest in multiples. Yeah, There's some good goblin champions, I agree. Trying their hardest. Alright, so Wrenn's gonna die. It answers this Glistener Elf. And buys us a tiny bit of time in the process. Probably gonna go fetch a Dryad Arbor. Keep the pressure coming. And I have a Snapcaster prepared though. I can go like Snap Scorn. Start chewing through these Hierarchs one at a time. Aw, that sounds great, Shovel Mage. Oh no. I need to learn to do eye makeup. I used to do it like a while ago, but I've mostly forgotten how to. Oh, that's fair, Lurch. Maybe that's good. I don't hate that suggestion. Then if you draw like a removal spell, you get to just keep Wrenn on board forever. It's like kind of strong. That's a reasonable suggestion. I'm not sure. I don't think there is, right? We'd have needed the 4th land, the Wrenn, and the Snapcaster, and we only get to have 2 of them in hand without cycling the Brainstorm, so I don't think there's any way to have made that work. We have the Snapcaster for Tyrant Scorn, so that's fine. You know, fine. Scary. So I am very tempted to let them move to combat. They can draw a protection spell, would punish me. However, if it works out, I buy myself an extra turn, because then I'm not forced to chump block with the Snapcaster. I think that's worth taking the risk over, because they have a lot of pressure at the moment. So I think willing to take the risk. Become Raccoon. Don't worry about eye makeup. Oh, that is a strong strategy. Alright, please have nothing. Gone for the greed line here, but yeah, rip. Mono removal spell deck has lost to mono 1/1's deck. So this seems strong. This seems absurd. I say didn't draw any pump spells, right? It's the pump spells that are bad against us. Whereas, like, all the random garbage creatures are like, you know, you assemble enough of them and they're good. So yes, it's not unreasonable that things went that way. Deed, yeah, Deed seems decent. Leovold does not seem great. Tarmogoyfs are only good against the Noble Hierarchs. Pretty. Spell Snare is only good against Agent. Seems a bit narrow. And I need to cut one more. Might be a Dack. How does this look? It's mainly in the stack to clock combo, yeah. Whereas we can just like go way over the top of Infect if we stabilize, right? We don't need Goyfs. Goyfs block Noble Hierarchs pretty well if it comes to that, but maybe they're fine. We also bring in Pyroblasts. Probably bring these in over some of the grindy cards. These kill Blighted Agent. I guess they don't. Maybe just the one. I like a bit narrow. Oh, Trophy. Yeah, it does hit Ink Moth. Trophy seems good. Maybe K Command's a bit expensive, but I also feel like Pernicious Deed is a bit clunky. It's a lot of mana. It's not efficient. And like, a lot of the time they're just gonna have one threat on board when they don't draw Hierarchs. Seems fine though. Yeah, it does kill Inkmoth, that is true. It's certainly a scary card. Okay. Sure. Yes, I ditch a Force. Fire off the Inquisition turn 1. Of an Underground Sea. What would Urza ever do? I think Urza has a long history of being a jerk. Especially against me when I play Modern. Honestly, the way Urza makes me feel when I play a Modern is probably the most egregious thing Urza ever did, right? If we're being completely honest. Oh my god, Lorelei. Colors of my deck did change. Trying out something different. Oh, come on. Just Inquisition you. Not how. Stupid discard spells. They never do anything. Oh. Good old Thoughtseize bug. These are some magic cards. Right. So I'm definitely drawing the Volk this turn. Yes, I draw a Ponder for next turn. Could also just like Brainstorm this turn, depending on what happens, just to dig into my deck a bit. So I really want to cast a removal spell next turn. And also don't want to miss a land drop. Legacy is hard. Really fun though. This is another Infect player spotted in the wild. This time against our Punishing Fire Wrenn and Six deck. Although we did lose game 1. Quite lopsided fashion. Ah, that is a Listener Elf. That is lethal next turn. Yeah. Good. See ya, Alex. Thanks for hanging around. Right, I'm gonna do something weird and cast main phase this Brainstorm. Because if I can hit a third land, it gives me a lot more flexibility, and I'm just casting a removal spell next turn anyway, right? So. Awesome. I guess I have to Liliana's Triumph. Since I am a fan of not dying. Am I gonna ponder first? Maybe find a different blue card to pitch instead of ponder. That becomes really awkward if I don't find a blue card, so I guess I'm not doing that. I guess I should have kept the Dack then so I could pitch the Dack. That makes sense. I have to do this now because they're going to sack the Noble Hierarch, so this way I deny them Noble Hierarch mana. Considering this matchup is like creatures that die to removal spells versus removal spells, these games have not felt particularly competitive. Kind of just getting run over repeatedly. And currently they only have 9 damage. Maybe we could live. We drew a Wrenn and Six last game. It killed a 1/1 and then died in combat. I believe our opponent has us in the hard luck. I'm not sure we have outs. Right? Plague Engineer doesn't even do it. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what our out is. How we possibly win this game. They have Invigorates in hand. 2 Invigorates. And only need to deal 9. Yeah, I guess we get rid of an Invigorate by doing it on our turn. Like, keep drawing removal. Yeah, that's the thing, they just let it die, then they still have 9 points, like Bona says. We Punishing Fire on our turn, we just die. Punishing Fire does not work. We do not have Wasteland in the deck. Well then. That was weird. Neither of those games felt remotely competitive. Even though that's the sort of matchup you'd expect like a Punishing Fire Wrenn and Six deck to destroy. Very happy to believe I did not play those games like optimally, but still. Even if I'm playing them like a bit suboptimally, you'd expect a matchup like that to still feel like you have some amount of game, right? Yeah. We did have a lot of 2-mana cards, it is true. What makes Stryfo like not play any lightning bolts or fatal pushes? Like, bolt and push are both very powerful magic cards. 1 mana is like quarter as much as 2 mana in Legacy. Okay, Bona, good luck in your task completion. Thank you for hanging out. It's been great having you here as always. Legacy does adjust maths. Legacy has broken maths. And one Inquisition turn to Wrenn is pretty good. No, that makes sense, Talon. That makes sense. I just feel like if you don't have some efficiency, you die. But maybe I'm misunderstanding things. Ace in point. Ah. Spell Snare is looking bad. Gonna take a True Name, I guess. They can't cast True Name anytime soon. None of the other cards do anything, though. Hexdrinker. Hexdrinker's great, Bobbin. It's a Savannah Lion that turns into a Progenitus. Yes, Delver, come to me. Come to me, Delver. Swear to God, if they drew a Daze or Force, I'm gonna scream if they drew a Daze or Force. Okay. I want a Volk, most likely. Really? Hexdrinker seems wildly better than Nimble Mongoose. Whenever I've played Teemo Delver with Nimble Mongoose, the card has not felt remotely playable nowadays. Whereas Hexdrinker, like, definitely felt quite impressive at times. It wasn't amazing, but it did feel quite impressive. I don't know. I think you're being overly harsh, Bobbin. Alright, fire off this Inquisition. Love the world in which you beat Wrenn and Six by casting 1-drops into it. It's a good world. Now I kind of want to take the bolt. Keep my Wrenn and Six alive forever. Is that greedy? It's probably greedy. It answers the True Name. No one ever lost to a True Name Nemesis. Seeds to lose to True Name Nemesis. Hey, lassie. We drew 1-drops this game, I know. Drew Inquisition of Kozilek and couldn't lose. To be fair, the Inquisition of Kozilek didn't actually do very much. Is greed bad now? I tend to use greed as like shorthand for took a play that was like maximizing value, maybe excessively, instead of like very bad at wording sometimes. Oh, we can keep one card and shuffle the others away. I don't want this Force to make sure this Jace resolves. Seems nice. Greed is like magic shorthand for maximizing value and taking risks in ways that are probably excessive and unnecessary. But I think taking the bolt there is just good. Greed is when you don't respect your opponent. Kinda. Well, that's exactly how I'd describe it, but Like, close to that. Maybe get another red source. Liliana's Triumph is nice against True Name. We get to hold open Hardcast Force. Play the Jace around a Spell Pierce next turn, because Wrenn is busted. Oh, you wanted to assassin? Yeah, they don't have basics, you're correct. We should have done that. I agree. Yeah. I was forgetting that in this format, Assassin's Trophy is sometimes the Vindicate. A bit out of touch with Legacy. Getting back into it, etc. Last time I seriously played Legacy, Assassin's Trophy was not in the format. I feel like I can just pass the turn and force my opponent to do stuff into my counter magic. I don't really see how I lose her if I do that. Force. That is fine. We have this Liliana's Triumph. Oh. I have to up. The title is up to date. So I don't know where that would have been written. Beautiful. Thanks for hanging out. It's been good having you here. Oh, the Discord? Oh, because you didn't have a sub icon, I derped on the fact that you might have seen it there. Yeah, I did not update the Discord on this. Yeah, there's a couple hours of Rogue Delver at the start of the stream. Pretty great. Maybe I meant to lead with Jace. It's like getting this True Name off the board's pretty important. Yeah. Damn it. They probably have countered the Jace too. Alright. This isn't ideal to me. For me. Let us brainstorm. Oh yeah, we can bounce the Snapcaster, that is true. A card to shuffle back, so this seems fine. I believe we have another Volk in the deck we can go find. Alright, so this resolves. Go find my other Volk, play Jace plus. Just to get it on board. Then next turn I can bounce the Snapcaster. Kind of awkward. Lands actually let them make this a 4/4. Which is surprisingly annoying. But yes, I'm putting that on the bottom. Also denies them like red mana. Pretty nice. Hextrick is awesome. Just want to play a pile of Hextrickers in Legacy. Don't tell Alex that, he'll never let me live it down. Jace goes to 2. So I attack with the Snapcaster, then I bounce the Snapcaster. Go Snap Triumph. Yeah, Snap Triumph, Decay the Library. They have nothing going on there. Oh no, they had a Hex Drinker as the final card in hand, Chris. So we're against Delver, so we definitely want Answers the true name. Definitely want Vindicates. Deed and K Command are both pretty expensive, as is Thief. Hydroblast is like decent though. Alright, what are we cutting? So, Tarmogoyf does block their Tarmogoyfs, but it doesn't really block much else. I think I don't like this very much, but I'm unsure. Might want Hydroblast for Wrenn and Six. That is fair. Wrenn and Six is scary. It's kind of narrow. Only hits Wrenn and Six and Bolt, and they're probably boarding out some number of bolts, but I could see it being pretty good. Spell Snare is also narrow, but you just need ways to answer Wrenn and Six. Maybe I do just take out these Goyfs. My Veil is pretty good against the counter magic. Definitely want this one in. It's like, I need card advantage in the late game. I can't just take out all this stuff. Let's just try this. Hydro also hits Pyroblast and Bolts. Yeah, Snare also hits Library, which they showed us, but you're probably right. Pyroblast probably is better. Pyroblast also kills an on-board Wrenn. You don't have to like hold it up forever. Holding open counter magic versus Rug is very challenging. Definitely a point against Spell Snare. You're probably correct. See you, Alasha. I hope work goes well. For hanging out. It's been great having you here. Oh, they have lots of people aren't playing Winter Rock nowadays, or are only playing like one copy. Alright, they have Hex Drinker, so I'm not going to play around Stifle. Safe to assume they do not have Stifle in their deck if they're playing Hex Drinker, because they are not playing a list from 2012. Right. No idea what I meant to do here. I guess I can just jam this into a Daze. I have to get through Daze at some point. I don't know. Also just play my fetch and pass the turn. And this time we can play Wrenn around days. Ooh, or we could Thoughtseize. You can't even pierce a Thoughtseize. Alright. Sounds pretty good to me. We just gotta always gonna be able to wasteland me. Basics against Delver are such a trap, honestly. They just like make your mana worse half the time. It feels like I'm just gonna get a Badlands. Like they're gonna be able to waste a land anyway. At least this way, whatever land I'm left with makes more than one color. Like when you're a 2-color deck, basics are absurd against Delver. When you're a 4-color deck, it just means they cut you off colors instead. Doesn't really solve anything. Alright, well, I have a Decay for the Winter Orb. I don't really care about it that much. If I take Spell Snare, then next turn I can, like, resolve this Wrenn and Six and get a nice 2-for-1. That seems pretty interesting to me. I'm not going to cast this Ponder. Because it's only going to trade with a Pyro anyway. And I'd rather just have, like, one more untapped land in the face of a Winter Orb. I'm desperate to get this Wrenn and Six on board. Okay, Brainstorm is very good here because their hand is garbage. Bunch of cards that don't really do very much. Very little in the way of threats. Opponent is insufficiently rugged. Hey Sadie, great to see you. What's good is Wrenn and Six. That is what is good. It's very, very good. Fact. Alright. Drop down. No, this is bad. How did everything go so badly, chat? Oh my god. Well then. That was a little bit brutal. Fire off this Ponder, I guess, whilst they don't have Hydroblast up. Those are lands. Also, this Punishing Fire is nice. So, which land would I rather draw? I'd probably rather draw the Underground Sea. Yeah, hopefully we'll get Wrenn and Six down soon. They could have days in hand at the moment, but the sooner we get it down, the better. I definitely agree with you. I haven't played any Kefis yet, but it has seemed quite absurdly good when I've played against it. Definitely, definitely lost quite a few games to Kefis, I will say. Deck is very powerful. This can fetch a black source. Oh my god, this mana base is something. Also, my opponent apparently just followed the stream. Interesting. Or at least someone with the same username. So, yeah, I definitely don't want any more black mana, or any more red mana or any that much, so I guess I can just get back drop. Now Wrenn probably dies. The sinkhole. But at least we got like a 2-for-1 out of it. Helped slog through these wastelands, which is good. True name time. Oh, Tarmogoyf. Okay, we have Decay for that, so that's fine. See, they have Hydroblast up, which makes the Snapcaster pretty exciting. Oh, I should have sacked the Tarn, I guess. This is fine though. I'm just gonna assume that comment is meant in bad faith. Alright, fires off a Brainstorm, sure. I really wish I cracked that fetch down. We already have plenty of mana, right? We didn't need this Bayou. It's fine though. The Punishing Fire in hand, we have a lot of card advantage stored up. A lot of cards just don't matter very much at this point to us. I'm gonna leave the fetch land in play now. Because of... I was not referring to Yuang, I was referring to someone else whose comment was deleted. Oh, you're probably right. I'm sorry. That was overly aggressive. To the person I banned. I'm very used to just assuming comments are meant in bad faith. The nature of being different and streaming. Okay, Injectilio. Thank you. Right, very happy to fire off a force on this. Hopefully resolves. Even if it doesn't, we have a Toxic Deluge though. Yes. I almost want another red source because it's Punishing Fire. Already have like 2 black sources, which is probably enough. This is just gonna get dazed. So that's fine, because then I get to go snap, Thoughtseize, and maybe Deluge as well. Like, I don't really mind them dazing this. They have a Volk in their hand. They then play out to have Pyroblast up. That is smart. Oh wow. Alright. Plague Engineer is quite good. I think I still just want to do this. I don't know, what even punishes the Plague Engineer is the thing. Having the Plague Engineer in play is so good. Screw it, I'm just gonna do this. This resolves, it's just like absurd for us. Even if it doesn't, we still have an answer. Just like puts a lot of pressure on them. Yeah, I think Plague Engineer is the better play. If I thought they had counter magic for it, I would rather Deluge instead, but I think they probably still have the Pyroblast and probably got rid of the Winter Orb. So they do end up spending a force on the Plague Engineer. I'm also kind of okay with that, right? Because it's still a 2-for-1. Just name Merfolk. Now that they're tapped out, I get to snap Thoughtseize. Just like a bit scary. They can daze this, but they probably did not keep a daze off the Brainstorm realistically. Yeah. Sick. Successfully outvalued the Delta deck. Pretty delightful. No worries, Pizza Ship. I get it. Sorry if I got a bit aggro there. I like misread your comment and tend to assume comments are in bad faith unless it's from someone I know. If things ever read weird. But okay, sorry about being a bit aggro over that. Alright. And it's a bit weird, but our terminates are good, then we're happy with it. I'm not going to brainstorm yet. I want to dig a bit deeper into the deck before I do that. Thank you, Pizza Ship. This pile of cards is interesting. I almost want to shuffle. I want a Planeswalker. But yes, Goyf is fine. Thunder is pretty good. I just want a Planeswalker or a Fetch Land. Because Fetch Land goes with the Brainstorm really well. Yeah, Fetch Land is a great find. Awesome. Oh, Tyrant Scorn pairing with Force of Will is really cool game 1 against combo decks. Oh my god. We've assembled a combo of Punishing via Fire versus Isle of white and green creatures. Alright, so we're gonna fire off the Brainstorm and then get this mum off the table. That's a lot of lands. I guess I just put back 2 of the fetchables. Yeah, we're playing like kinda check pile. That's Punishing Fire in it, just to make it even greedier than usual. It's actually been pretty fun so far. I think we're 1-1 at the moment. just get this off the table. Love to find a grove, obviously. Yeah, I imagine that's the case, Chris. The Devoted Druid Stoneforge deck seems really sweet, honestly. Okay, so probably let this resolve. I can Tyrant Scorn it and save the Force. Oh, what I'm saving the Force for. Yeah, the Plague Engineer and Wrenn both seemed really brutal against your deck, Cerebral. We played Rug earlier, and the Hex Drinkers are absurd in that deck. Hex Drink is so good in that deck. Whatever, I'm just gonna let this resolve. Like, it's kind of awkward. We don't actually have a card to pair with the Force at the moment. But I think it's fine to do things this way. So if I lead on this, I can then fetch Badlands for Tyrant Scorn. Sounds great. I think he just wants to play the Goyf now. Start, like, pressuring in some way. Oh wow, Badlands is in the yard. I am foolish. Okay, this is fine. I'm just gonna play out the Tarmogoyf. I think I'm pretty happy with that plan. Like, if they want to put in the sword, and then, like, equip the sword, that uses a lot of time and mana, and we have the trophy as an answer. I don't really mind them doing that. It also lets me keep Force up, just in case. Yeah, I'm still not sure how I feel about that. I'm very curious to see how the adding cards to Historic feels in practice. Oh, this is really awkward. Leave them like a prime target for swords, because we have Goyf in our deck. Play a Badasco, I probably just have to trophy it, okay. Sword we can maybe beat though. I don't think they're gonna do that though, Bobbin. I'm unsure, I guess we'll see, but that, like, they just don't seem interested in heading in that direction in what they've said so far, do they? Alright, I can Tyrant Scorn the Knight, so that is fine. There are a lot of mechanics out there that they'd have to program, yeah, that's definitely a part of it. Destroy the Knight. I just want to kill the sword now so I can hold open Force easily next turn. Play a Planeswalker if I draw one. Kinda. Feels really aggressive, but... honestly, the first thing you think of when you play this deck is aggressive. Oh my god. Something like that. Alright, get the sword off the table. I guess now they get to activate Stoneforge if they have another equipment, but shrug. It bounces Marital Age. Actually a thing people are doing. Gotta kill those 2020s somehow. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So, cast my Snapcaster
Legacy time.
Mage.
Amused Jarvis clap.
Jarvis. Thank you for the whole year. Oh my gosh, that's so long. I appreciate you, Jarvis. Appreciate the continued support. Yeah, actually playing some Legacy for once. It's been pretty fun. So take care of the sword, and then I can block the Stoneforge. Get this off the board. Might not even be correct. We have like Jace that can bounce a Snapcaster, but 1-2's not doing that much. Oh my god. What the hell is this garbage? Well then. It would appear I have died. This is certainly a way to go down. Thanks for gifting that sub to Lorelei, Chris. You're great. It's really kind of you. So this means Lorelei can get in the subs Discord. I am playing the Stryfo Pile. It has felt somewhat clunky, we shall say. I don't think I have any way to remove this that I can ever cast that I'm aware of. Like, I can't cast Tyrant Scorn anymore, realistically. They also got a Jite, whatever. We're not actually dead yet. But also this seems like a miserable game to try and win. Maverick. So I guess I want Pernicious Deed. I believe the Discord is set up to keep people in there for 2 weeks after the subscription expires. Get a card every time they waste now. There is black mana somewhere in the deck, but we'd need to find it, and we'd need to find a removal spell. It's just very hard to get there. The engineer's like probably fine. They probably bought out a lot of the things this is good against is the problem. Likely makes it a bit worse. Alright, Tarmogoyf seemed heinous this matchup. Leovold seems somewhat bad. They don't try and draw cards very much is the thing. Yeah, Skew seems fine for those purposes. I could certainly see bringing that in. Kinda like don't hate trimming a force. Maybe this is bad to trim a force. They're gonna have like chokes post-board. Planeswalkers. I don't know. I'm unsure of the details of this. I'm not sure exactly what their deck looks like post-board is the thing. Yeah, we do have Decay for choke, that is true. The choke resolves though, and we don't have the Decay at the ready. Can be pretty backbreaking, feels like. Right, this is a collection of magic cards we have in our hand, personally. Opponent has kept this. Oh, it went to 6. Tyrant Scorn is good. Few lands are pretty rough. Guess I get to shuffle one of them away, and then we have the Jace to deal with the other. Alright. Punishing Fire. It is a very good statement, Vipka. I agree. Free completely. Get Mum off the table. I left my other runes in, so maybe the second Plague Engineer should be in my deck. Plague Engineer is pretty messed up against that card. Valia, sure, we can answer her pretty easily. Then fire off this Tyrant Scorn. Oh, we can't do both. Damn. Damn it. Now I just want to fire up Inquisition instead. Yeah. This is pretty awkward. Feel like it could have handled the situation a bit better. Maybe, I don't know. Green Sun's F. Okay. They can kill the knight. Just like let the Thalia live for a little bit. Green Suns could go get like a shifting Ceratops or something that's pretty hard for us to kill. So getting rid of that one seems wise. I guess that would be pretty far away. Even what would it get lower down the curve that I actually care about? I think is Knight forcing them to use all their mana this turn and running straight into our Scorn is pretty nice. Yeah, people are playing Shifting Ceratops in Maverick nowadays as like a one-off sometimes. It's pretty good. Very good against Delvers. Is part of it. That's my hand. Obviously they're going to wasteland the Grove, but that is fine. Hey Avery, great to see you. Yeah, Plague Engineer would be pretty messed up here, I agree. As is... Which of these is more annoying? Thalia is not even doing much. There's a bunch of stuff they might not even be able to cast at the moment. About the Hierarch. Yeah, I agree. I like taking the Hierarch off the table the most. Makes a lot of their cards much harder for them to cast. less impactful, etc. Awesome. It's great. Always great having you here, Avery. Yeah, Maverick has a lot of free drops. So they did just crack the canopy. Implies that their hand is actually quite mana heavy. I'd really like to be able to hold open this Force. Somewhat hard to do through Fadia. I could just play Jace, bounce Fadia, then I have Force open. That sounds great, actually. That actually sounds very good to me. So I want another red source. Already have 2 green. It's either a Volk or a Badlands. So it would be 3 blue versus 3 black. I guess I'd rather have 3 blue. Especially since the black mana is really hard to attack because of our swamp. Being a basic in the face of Wasteland is quite helpful. Alright, bounce this. We have Force open for anything scary. Oh my god, Lorelei, your first is showing. Alright, it resolves. We just have nothing. Whew. It's oh. This is a reasonable collection of Magic cards, shall we say. Alright, I would like to cast my Plague Engineer, please. You would never first in a public forum. You've never engaged in such activity before. Oh my god, we even get back the Grove. Oh, Ronan, come back! Alright, this should be an our deck. I assume they just like take out some X ones, but they have too many to do that. God, it's absurd. What is the final cut? I think Spell Snare's pretty good. I guess we can just cut a Dack. It steals equipments though. You have to answer equipment is like quite potent against them. But we probably don't need 3 Dacks. We still have a lot of answers to equipments, even after trimming one from the deck. And like on the draw, having one less expensive thing is appealing. He's as bad, he seems great. Make sure they don't have anything too scary in their hand. Helps us know how to prioritize our removal spells. Okay, I think we're dead. How do we beat a Gideon, chat? I don't know how to beat Gideon. What does Green Suns get that I'm actually scared of? Yes, a mana dork so they can ensure turn 3 Gideon. would in fact be quite scary. I guess I just have to take Green Suns then. And I can ping the Hierarch to keep Gideon off the table for a bit longer. Alright. That's somewhat tricky to do, Lorelei. Both in a gameplay sense and a lore sense. So we get to ping this Hierarch. We have like a 1-turn window to find a force for the Gideon. Volcanic. Oh, that's possible. I really hope not Shovel Mage. That would be such a boring resolution. I'm very happy about Elspeth potentially coming back, but I would like it if not every character can just randomly come back, you know? That would cheapen things a bit, I feel. Alright. Knight ally. Don't know how we beat this. Yes, I'm just brainstorming and hoping. This is a problem. Alright. None of those solve these problems I'm facing. Also, I can't cast relevant spells this turn, which is a problem of its own. Yeah. Oh, I get to block with the Snapcaster, yes. We do have Assassin's Trophies in the deck somewhere if we can find them. But I guess I can take a Gideon out of play that way. I would advise that Lorelei does not unzip her lips on this one, because I would like her to keep being employed, please. Yeah, Lorelei legally cannot unzip her mouth on this. Fact. Okay. Stoneforge coming in. I just have no idea what I do here. I think I can block with Snapcaster. Buy a little time. Next turn, like, snap Brainstorm. Right. Thing is, they have a sword in hand as well. I kind of need to stop that connecting. I might just need to snap Inquisition next turn and just, like, accept that the Gideon is hitting me. I do have a bit of time. Not a huge amount, but a bit. Right. Cast my Snapcaster Mage. Target this Inquisition. Inquisition, you, opponent. Right. I have to take the sword. The Thalia doesn't matter at all. Green Suns is, like, somewhat scary. It's true, more. The problem is, even if we steal it, we'd then have to try and re-equip it. I guess we could have the Snapcaster in play for. So we just, like, not block with the Snapcaster in that situation. Using the Green Suns as a shuffle. Get down a Thalia, sure. Make a 5/5. Depending on how they attack here, I might jump with Snapcaster. Keep my Wrenn in play. Yeah. We have Deluge to clean up the board later anyway, so I'm just gonna jump with the Snapcaster to keep Wrenn around. Get another land out of Wrenn. To fuel the stack. Oh wow, this Deluge is gonna be nice. Like, I do have to beat this Gideon somehow, but this is a very good Deluge. Also, with the board cleared up like this, it means that what's it called? Words. It means that Liliana's Triumph could potentially answer Gideon. Casual 4/1. Yeah. Still Gideon over there, but we have 3 trophies. Triumph probably isn't going to work, but the Planeswalkers are soaking up hits, which helps too, since our life total isn't being hit. Right. One is quite good. Right. What targets does this even have left in the deck? I am unsure. Good question, Autumn. Oh my god, I want to cry. Hey, Gatekeeper. Tyrant Scorn answers Merit Age. It's just smart. I guess I just have to draw a trophy next turn. That is my out. Bounces Gideon for a turn, I guess. Sounds miserable. The clock. I mean, I think we're just dead. I think the clock is not very relevant here regardless. Gideon plus choke is kind of the hard lock. I need to now draw like a pair of trophies. Feels unlikely. Zenith. Does Zenith get Scoos? Turns off Snapcaster, and I guess Wrenn. Is this game free? Yeah, it's game free. We got kind of destroyed game 1 by Ramanap Excavator. I am very surprised they did not attack with Gideon. Right? It's really helped very much. I'm fairly sure this doesn't have any targets left in the deck. Because we've got both Vaults, we've got both Underground Seas, and the Badlands, and the Bayou. I can use Tyrant Scorn here. I'm not sure how much that achieves. They just have so much pressure from so many different angles. It's true. It's true. Don't worry. We'll concede before the clock gets to 0, Sadie. Alright, resolves. Kinda like... Yeah, like they're meant to animate their Gideon and attack my Dack with it. And put the other two at my face. Yeah, opponent disagrees? Opponent really dislikes this Dack Fayden, huh? Alright. We have a Colligan's command in here somewhere. Thing is, they're gonna gain life with their Scoos. Most likely. Yeah, they gained a life with their Scoos, so we can no longer kill them with K-Calm. Pretty smart. Yeah, the stroke is just too big a beating. We can't, like, cycle through our deck to find answers. Okay, yes, I could play this Plague Engineer and buy myself a turn, but I'm not winning this game from this point. I need to answer 2 different things on the board, neither of which I have answers for at the moment. That was rough. Jeez. Like Gideon, just like I think the choke might have been beatable on its own, but the Gideon really warped the game. Just made it so like we got like a 4-for-1 with our Deluge. Just didn't matter because the Gideon rebuilds so quickly. Two matches left. I would like a 3-2 again. I must admit, this deck has felt somewhat clunky and awkward. Wrenn and Six is very... It reminds me of the check pile decks, right? Where... So, like, the check pile decks felt good. The reason they felt good is because they had Deathrite Shaman in them. Like, instead of playing the check pile decks, you could just go play a Delver deck that also had Deathrite Shaman in it. And was just like, you know, a more efficient, better deck. It reminds me very much of that thing. This deck looks really sweet when it's doing its thing because of Wrenn and Six. But you can also just play a Delver deck with Wrenn and Six. So, I don't know. Apologies that I'm not engaging in the lore discussions. I enjoy the Magic lore, but I don't really take much active effort to stay up to date with it. If that makes sense. Like, I enjoy seeing the lore on the cards, and or like hearing the lore on Arena, seeing like the trailers for the new sets and stuff. All that stuff is really awesome to me, and it's like definitely a part of why I enjoy the game. But the Thoughtseize is decent. I don't really want to keep 2 lands though. I guess I'm just gonna shuffle. But I don't take like much active effort to stay up to date with the lore. Like, I don't really read the stories very much. Much to Lorelei's disappointment, I am sure. Oh, the Throne of Eldraine trailer is a delight. I thoroughly enjoyed the Throne of Eldraine trailer, to be completely honest. Alright, Spell Snare is pretty nice. Oh my gosh, Sadie. You're not disappointed, Lorelei? You love the lore so much. It's true. I am not going to overtly express any disappointment, Lorelei. You're great. I'm looking forward to hanging out in Fairly. It will be dope. Thoughtseize me. I assume they were on Storm from the preordain. Let's appear that's the case. Hand is best against Storm. Lily's gonna be so good, Jarvis. You're gonna be there? Are you playing the legacy seat for a team? So I have 2 options. Play Leovold to shut down their cantrips. Or I could play Dack to try and dig for a force. I think I'm just going to play Leovold, but... Oh, you're playing Standard? That's surprising. But you always play Legacy? I mean, they could also just have the kill wrapped up this turn though, Jarvis, right? In which case, the Leovold doesn't matter very much. Maybe that's the reason to play the Dack and dig for force. Feels like it's more likely that we win if they... They couldn't go off this turn. I guess they're just like forced to take the Leovold instead of the Snare though. I don't know. This is looking somewhat bad for me. Roof be bold. They get past in flames. and then they murder me. Possible they don't do enough shenanigans, and then like we draw into multiple forces of Leovold, but they're doing enough. If they only did Storm Count 10 and we drew into a force of Leovold, we could save ourselves. As it is, we are dead. Yep, I agree, Jarvis. We'd only be able to do that if they messed it up. Alright, well, Motion Thief, Force of Negation, Veil of Summer all come in. Is there anything else? Nihil Spellbomb's like fine. Hydroblasts are pretty good. Surgicals are pretty bad, but we might have to have them depending on how much room there is. Tyrant Scorns are clearly bad. Triumph is clearly bad, as is Plague Engineer. Trophies. I guess I just have to bring in this stuff. I have so many removal spells. You have to bring in these surgicals just to cut bad cards from my deck. I really hate surgical against Storm, but we have these punishing fires just chilling here. Is the problem? They just like don't. They do very little other than kill Xantid Swarm. God, I really hate this card, but maybe. Like, even if we cut 2 of these, we still have a Punishing Fire and 2 Wrenn and Sixes. Deal with Xantid Swarm. I think these are just gonna do more, even if I don't like them very much. Maybe K Command is alright. It kills Xantid Swarm, but it's also just like bad Raven's Crime. It's probably better than Punishing Fire. Stryfo Pile. What are your thoughts on Stryfo Pile, Jarvis? Oh? As a Brainstorm. To... Probably keep this, but ... Keep and feel awkward, I believe is the phrase. I am very good at feeling awkward, to be fair. I have that going for me. I didn't register a 4-color 75 to cast spells, it's true. Accurate statement. We came here to look at our expensive cardboard to cast spells. Alright, well. Close. Almost bricked. Alright. Oh, I can Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is nice. Alright, so I can put back one of these. Plan on like shuffling away the other one, I guess. Next turn. Fire off the Thoughtseize, see what's going on over there. Take the tutor. Do you think I was meant to put Notion Thief on top? Kinda wild to me. Oh, to hide it. Yeah. That makes some amount of sense. I don't know that they'd take the Notion Thief, though, would they? I guess it's like pressure. Yeah, I guess holding the Goyf makes sense just because we're going to be redrawing it anyway. Yeah, you're correct, Jarvis. I agree with you completely. The chance that we end up wanting to pitch this to Force this turn was just so low, right? When we're like resolving a Thoughtseize that's going to help keep us safe anyway. It also just denies them info about the Notion Thief, which means they might play into it later by accident. Alright. Fire of Ponderino. Scalding Tarn. So I need to get down this Goyf for some pressure. So I get a green land, which has to be drop. Makes this very easy. Okay, let's find a way to get past this Force of Will before the Tarmogoyf kills them. The hardest thing in the world to do, but needs like a win con and a discard spell, basically. But if I find a land and can land the Notion Thief, then suddenly we have an absurdly fast clock. And we shut down like a significant chunk of Clippy's deck. Alright. Does this empty the Warrens? Oh, I meant to have Plague Engineer in my deck, so empty the Warrens. This is the second time today I've not done that. I'm very out of practice. It's only a small empty the Warrens, it's not even the end of the world. Be 8 tokens, it's kind of the end of the world, a little bit. Whatever. Do your worst. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, this card is awesome. Getting destroyed. It did in fact tell my opponent to do that worst. This is true. It is to be what they are doing. Fast and Flame, so it just finds empty, and I just don't have Plague Engineer in my deck because I'm not like a little bit out of practice here. How do I beat the empty the Warrens then without Plague Engineer? I guess I have to force this and like hope to draw a Wrenn. Oh my god, stupid Bail. Never mind. Moving swiftly on. Moving swiftly on. There are all these new cards in Legacy I'm not used to. It's been like a year since I've seriously played the format. I got the hang of it. Just need a little practice. Am I still having fun? I'm learning. Learning is fun. Also, yes, I am having fun. I'm not, like, enjoying this deck particularly. This deck is, like, feels like kind of a pile, honestly, but I'm enjoying playing Legacy. Bayou is amazing for Storm, I agree. Very, very good. Is Jarvis still in chat? By any chance? If so, then I get to rant at Jarvis and see what his feelings on my rant are. A little bit generous, Darker Boy. Yeah. Sideboard is something. Deck feels like a meme. I mean, Stryfo does very well with it. Reasonably consistently, too. But I am a little bit unconvinced. I've also, like, I will admit, you know, I've been sideboarding poorly and, like, obviously not playing optimally. But even then, it's not, like, felt terribly powerful to me, I guess. Geo, thank you so much for those 100 bits. That means so much to me. Really appreciate the support. Never seen anyone else do well with this deck. Yeah. I just felt like trying it. I wanted to get it out of my system. My Ganjo Castle. Yes, Wrenn and Six. That's adorable. Well, there are a lot of 1/1 X1 humans in that hand. I assume is good for me. Bits do benefit streamers. Each bit is essentially 1 cent to the streamer. So, like 100 bits is $1. Basically, it's a way of giving donations to streamers. Via, like, Twitch, rather than via, like, PayPal or whatever. It's true. Mia would have strong opinions on which card in that hand is most powerful. Sure. Whether anyone agrees on those opinions is another matter, but... Alright, I would very much like to draw a land next turn. It's high up on the list of things I would like. Truth be told. I want to cry. Okay. I mean, we basically draw a land turn. Kinda. You squint a bit. Oh my god. We have another wasteland, chat. Another wasteland is pretty bad for us. Like, At least I got to resolve this Thoughtseize. Before dying to X1 human tribal. But is a Rishadan port, so I need to draw a fetch land now. Recruiter find. Oh yes, just assemble the Flicker Wisp army. Stoneforge, okay. So, Grove of the Burnwillows looks good, but they have a Rishad in play. Hey Abby, good to see you. Hope you slept well. Alright. Oh my god, Lorelei. We are legally obliged to refer to him as uncle now. What a world. Playing 2 lands in a row, can I win this then? I would get to trophy whatever equipment they find, untap play engineer, so I'd take 3 and then like 4. There's 1 land. It's like halfway there. Probably have to send this back, right? Just like hope to spike 2 lands in a row. I need to burn. Oh, I need to burn trophy on their port. That is smart. Yeah, I did not see that. And then they can't port us. You're correct on the wind. It is very smart. Sanctum Prelate. 1. Well then, they decided to give me a chance. Do appreciate that. I will name human. In fact. Suddenly I'm in this game. Somehow. It was the most generous opponent. Alright, Wasteland's good. So I need to keep drawing lands forever and ever and ever. Uh-huh. Right, so ping down the Sanctum Prelate with my Wrenn. It seems great. Oh wait, they don't have Failure anymore. Anyway, definitely just get this out of play. There's no way for them to kill Wrenn next turn. Wrenn in play, we can start drawing lands. I feel like this game is like more evidence that like Wrenn and Plague Engineer are busted, and you can probably just put them in like a Delver Shell or something more efficient and still have your deck be amazing. But who knows? They have a sword in hand. That's the only card we know about. There's 2 mystery cards. Trophy kind of answers everything though. Nice. Punishing Fire is also pretty brutal for my opponent. So decent chances of Batterskull coming down this turn, of course. I mean, Death and Taxes are super weak to them, but like, it's not like you have to play them in these, like, absurd grind piles, right? In order to take advantage of them. I just get it. Bayou? Have a million removal spells up. I can, like, Punishing Fire the Stoneforge. Have Trophy at the ready for whatever they do. Batterskull time. Nope, just the sword. That is fine. I'm not gonna cast this Punishing Fire yet. I can wait for them to try and equip into their mana a bit. Alright. Okay. This is acceptable. It is Ang, I agree. Ooh. The old Caracas, ditch my Caracas play, huh? Strong. Alright, well, if they ain't dead yet, this should fix that. That's appeared to be quite over, I agree. Just a few resources ahead of my opponent. Honestly, the fact that I'm winning this game is kind of unreal. Opponent was reasonably far ahead for a significant chunk of it. Yeah, Death and Taxes. X and X1s are not well positioned, shall we say, if you don't have like counter magic to protect them anyways. It does feel that way. States the obvious. Maybe I just am well positioned. I'm like 1-3 in this league, to be fair, but I will gladly accept the compliment regardless. It's Underground Sea. Both could be true. Just reasonable. Alright. So many cards. What do we do with all these cards, chat? Too many. No one person was meant to have these many cards. Alright. Go ahead and Swords to Plowshares me. I am entirely okay with that. What do we do with these cards? Whatever we want. They are ours. Forever and ever. until eternity, or until we deck. One of the two. Until the heat death of the universe consumes us. Oh my god, it gets better. Is this when they scoop? This might be when they scoop. Like, it's probably responsible to take the Ether Vial, however. This is more fun. This deck looks like the legacy equivalent of Go Lost Nexus. Wow. Being very harsh towards Go Lost Nexus here. Alright. Fire off this Thoughtseize. See what's going on. Probably a bunch of X1s if we're being honest. Maybe their plan is to time me out. Okay. Well, this card is not particularly beatable. You know, outside of the fact that we can't realistically lose this game. That slight detail. I guess I just use my mana. That Flicker Wisp. Try desperately to not discard too many cards. Alright. Delightful. Are we done here, opponent? I'm very happy to keep playing. This is game 1. That is correct. This is our first time assembling Planeswalker Tron in this league. See you, Lorelei. Thanks for hanging around. Speak to you later. I think a second Plague Engineer might be in order based on that game. My gosh. Alright, what are we taking out? Oh my god. Faye. Brutal statement. I guess I can take out a Force. Honestly, the Forces are a lot less important against them than against, like, Maverick, because they don't have Choke. Yeah, Leovold seems very bad, I agree. I was just thinking that too. Dack can take equipments from them, which is pretty appealing. Oh, the Tarmogoyfs are like, they block okay? They keep in any removal, it's pretty embarrassing though. I think I'm just gonna take them out. Oh, they bought in Cataclysm. Alright, I would like to not lose to Cataclysm. I'll have like 3 of them then. Just so we can draw like one. I think Spell Snare is bad. Really bad against Ether Vial. The problem. Counter Magic is pretty bad against Rishadan Port if they want to play around it at all ever. Yeah, this seems good. Alright, it doesn't have any removal. We have the Inquisition. Buy us some time. Plenty of land drops. Two Dacks in the opening hand. Dack Fayden. Opponent has mulligan to 6. Always love to see it. F for Dack. I'm so upset that they just like kill Dack off in a trailer. We never even see another Dack card ever again. So heartbreaking. I could play around Wasteland here. But that sounds responsible. They did leave in swords. I'm very happy I took out the Goyfs. I just take Tomic, right? They use their Wasteland, they can't equip this anytime soon. Tomic is the thing that attacks me. Seems reasonable. I am playing Legacy. I play Legacy occasionally. Not like super often, but I do enjoy it. Probably going to be delvering some people this weekend. At a local event. Okay. Wasteland hits me, that's fine. Yeah, I'm playing with Zhao. And someone else whose name I can't remember. Who Zhao says is quite reasonable. That is a strong team, George. And confirm. Pharmacy enters tapped, gain health, white green. I guess. Buildings don't tend to be associated with lands super often, but it does happen. Tends to be like more grand structures than like individual buildings. Alright, so I guess I pass the turn with the hope of getting this Failure off the board so the Dack can steal the Vial. Right, well, resolves. So I'd much rather use Punishing Fire anyway. Okay. Battle Skull time. Oh right, I missed Voda's comment. I was just confused because I completely missed Voda's comment. Get this Failure out of play. Next turn we can either kill the Stoneforge or Dack the Vial. Depending on how things look. Can't believe I'd ignore you. This is a very rare occurrence, Vona. I guess Plague Engineer puts Death and Taxes in a really awkward spot where they like have to keep in swords even though it doesn't do very much against the rest of the deck. Steal the Vial and Snapcaster. Wow. What a world. Is this Phyrexian Revoker? No! This... There. Hate everything. Alright. I mean, we get to deluge them next turn, so it's fine. Just amusing. Called the shot on the Revoker. Oh my gosh, no. I don't think they're super dead anymore. They drew a Wasteland. I guess they might activate Stoneforge instead of Wastelanding me, and then I have a chance. Huh. They're stopping me recurring the Punishing Fire, but they aren't cutting me off Deluge. I say. Hoping to cast this Deluge one day. In the distant future. Hey, Charlie. Also, F. I agree with F. No! Alright, I'll cast my stupid Snapcaster. Yeah, it makes sense wasting this land. Punishing Fire is a very tough card for them to beat. Like, I get why they did it. It's just amusing sitting here with the Deluge in hand. Like, they're playing with the notion that the game is probably going to go on like a few more turns, right? In which case we have like plenty of time to draw lands. On that note. Yeah, okay, it's fine. We have no reshuffle effect. It's like medium awkward. Wow. I do get to return this Punishing Fire though, which is nice. Rished Import, not good against Punishing Fire, in fact. I say before somehow majestically losing to this Punishing Fire. Alright, I am just gonna return the Punishing Fire. If they want to port me in my upkeep, then I get to cast Fire and return it again. If they don't port me in my upkeep, I get to like deluge them or something. I guess if I deluge them, they get to put in Sword, activate Vial, put in a free drop. Maybe it's better just to Punishing Fire them. Like hold open Punishing Fire, kill the threats as they come down. Yeah, I agree. I just need to hold open fire and just keep casting it, slog through this. I agree with you. Cut them off. Sword equips. They have a Flicker Wisp, things get really rough for me, but there's not really much I can do about that. I guess then I'd get to clean up the board of the Deluge if they Flicker Wisp, right? They'd like flicker their Stoneforge and draw an equipment. I'd get to untap and Deluge. We'd be in a fine position. I'm just going to do this now. Not clear. I'm just meant to do it on the Stoneforge instead. Stop them putting another equipment in. Or force their hand on it. Stopping the damage is like super relevant though. Whatever, I'm just gonna do this. This is fine. You get to like reset it, but if they choose to move it off of Dack, I'm like probably happy with that. Now the Stoneforge is equipped. Can answer that. Kinda just want to play the Pernicious Deed. Oh, this deals 7 to me at the moment. So I would take 10. Then I just answer the whole board in one go. And they'd need to have another Revoker. Yeah, we can't let the sword hit. It's really awkward because the Triumph just gets stopped by any free drop. What I could do is snap Inquisition them to clear the way, whatever we're gonna do, and the Snapcaster like gets to block. We get to know what's going on, what I'm trying to play around, but then they just have Port open for next turn. I take 3, 10, 11, 12, 13. If I don't die, they don't have another Revoker. And this does just answer everything. Yeah, I messed up by not holding open Punishing Fire for the equip. It's fine. Still not out of this. I guess they not have a second Revoker in their list at the moment? Or is it in their hand? Flickerwisp does not answer Deed. Oh yes it does. You exile Deed, then you tap down a land and just hope I don't draw a land. Yeah, Flickerwisp is a second recruiter. They don't get to put in what they recruit for before the Deed goes off, unless they have like another land. Even then they wouldn't get to put in a Revoker. Yes, Flickerwisp lets them exile the recruiter to keep it alive. Makes sense. I'm just gonna discard the hand size here. So I take 1 less damage. Deluge isn't really doing much anyway. Decay. Yeah, they weren't supposed to let us be able to deed, that is correct. Very lucky that they let us do that. The game is certainly not easy, but we have somewhat stabilized now. Now we just need to 1-for-1 with everything they present. Well, no way to 1-for-1 with that sword, I'll say that much. What do they get? Palastrailer, I guess. We could lose to a Palastrailer still. Right? Like, Palastrailer can still very easily win the game for our opponent, I think. If they hit the land next turn. That makes sense on the wind. They just got a Falia because of the Caracas. That makes sense. We can fire off the Ponder to look for lands. And then just kill the Recruiter. We have a Liliana's Triumph for if they suit up the Falia. I actually want Force in hand instead of playing the island this turn, right? So we go Brainstorm, Island, Force, no. Could just let them untap with this, but I don't really want to discard for no good reason if I'm just going to be killing it anyway. Get Force up to protect us. So they can protect this Falia with the Caracas. I don't think that matters very much though. Because we can just keep rebuying the Punishing Fire to keep re-answering her, right? I guess they could have a Wasteland and that would be brutal, but I feel like this is probably fine to let resolve, just so I can like always be able to answer something like a Cataclysm or Gideon. It does tie us up on mana, but we can always counter her later on. It doesn't need to be this turn. Oh, I should be doing this in my opponent's upkeep. Probably just meant to pass the turn and do it on upkeep now anyway. Yeah, this is bad. Bad sequencing on my part. I don't think it's going to matter too much. Just end up discarding a card I don't need anyway, but... Discard a Dack. I was planning on pitching a Dack to a Force. I guess that's the same as pitching a Snapcaster to a Force, right? So maybe I was meant to pitch a Dack on that basis. The hand size. Just let Falia die. I'm very happy with that. Legacy Hype. Hey Kendra. It's actually probably the final game of Legacy for the evening. It's very nice to have you here. Glad you could catch some of it. Spirit of the Labyrinth. resolves. We have, even if they have the land to equip this, we have Liliana's Triumph, right? Even if they don't have the land, we just get to Punishing Fire it, which is dope. It is nearly 11. That is correct. Doing this now so I can fire off the Brainstorm, dig for my land drops. Obviously when this is in play, Brainstorm doesn't really function terribly well. I guess I do need to start killing my opponent at some point soon. I'm gonna go to 1 off Force plus Tarn. Yike. Maybe I wasn't meant to prize the fetch land so highly. Honestly, the cards I left on top are kind of good. I might just not crack this yet if this is my final fetch the rest of the game. This is game 2. We are somewhat banking on winning this game, it must be said. I would like to Punishing Fire your Stoneforge Mystic. Thank you. Life is a resource. It would almost be a shame to not use all of this resource to its fullest potential. Wow, we pitched a Dack. I feel very silly now. I guess I just let this resolve. I don't want to use up this force and like lose to a Gideon randomly. Find out what's going on over there. Swords, swords, Spirit of the Labyrinth, Cataclysm. Well then. Yes, this force has a very specific purpose, huh? I'm gonna name Human, just because of the Thalia-Caracas interaction being kind of annoying. Snappy beats. Always love me some snappy beats. Oh, we have the Liliana's Triumph already, so that doesn't matter. And then I get to hold open Hardcast Force, I believe. This does find something, right? I don't know if it actually does. It might not. That'd be pretty awkward. Oh, it finds Trop. Okay. So we can Triumph plus Hardcast Force then. Which is great. Well, that'd be a reasonable Magic card design, Vona. You see? Alright, if they draw another absurd 4-drop spell, we can still lose this. Other than that, we're looking pretty good, I think. They have the swords. That gives me life, though. It lets me activate fetch lands again. Sounds great. Sure. Whatever. Sculpting Mines. Fate Seal time. We'll start Fate Sealing soon. Pretty happy with my snap beatdowns. Alright, see what's going on. No. That is acceptable. Should probably cast this Ponder, but also low on time. Shrug. Nope, you may keep that Magic the Gathering card. As that dies to Punishing Fire. Just like the rest of your deck. That's fair, Danny. I think we're going to be fine regardless, but... Apparently chose today to be the day that the stream ends in exciting fashion. That's a 1/4, but whatever. Doesn't do anything. It's a 1/4 with no text because it dies to Assassin's Trophy. Resolves. Alright. Would like to not die to the Eidolon of Rhetoric. It does not die to double Punishing Fire, that is correct. Accurate assessment. That also dies to Punishing Fire, sure. Don't know why I'm attacking with the Snapcaster, couldn't tell you. Got into a rhythm, you see. 9 more turns. Real reason people want chess clocks in paper Magic is because they make the game exciting. Clearly. It doesn't do anything, right? kill the Aethersworn Canonist. Plus... No, I can just force that, so that's fine. Not online, on Magic Online. Because Magic Online has chess timers. Chess clocks, it doesn't work that way. Even though Paper Magic does work that way. Chess clocks would not work in Paper, because Magic is weird. Alright, I'd like to exile your library, please. Oof. Oh. The most hard-earned 2-3 of my life. Jeez. You can breathe again. I can breathe again too. Even by my standards, that one was cutting it a bit close. Truth be told.